Well, with the wet spring we've had, a lot of people have been itching to get out on the waterways in central New York.
The area just happens to be home to one of the most renowned canoe makers in the world. Well, it's been an up and down ride for Marathon Boat Group. News Channel 9's Jeff Kulikowski says the company sees smooth sailing with its popular marine products still made in central New York.
It's still bustling here, although not nearly close to its heyday when Grumman Aircraft Engineering, branching out from fighter planes, moved its still new canoe line to Marathon, New York in the early 50s.
Everybody in town worked here. There was 130, 140 employees.
Not much has changed in the past 65 years in terms of materials, methods, and tooling equipment used to make their famous canoes. But by the early 90s, Grumman was getting out of the marine business to focus on defense work. With the boat business slumping, the factory's new owner was sinking too. So in '96, Morris and some other employees, with the help of an outside investor, bought the company.
You know, I always told people back in the old days, one of these days I'm going to own this company.
But by that point, Morris and his team were down to just canoes and couldn't even use the Grumman name on them they made so famous.
That was a scary moment. Absolutely scary moment.
The name was now Marathon Boat Group, but still the workers were stretching aluminum into canoe shapes and cutting it the same way they always had.
They were all over engineered. They were aircraft engineers, and they figured these canoes might fly someday. So everything was well built.
The marine business has some extra challenges because we build a product that people want desperately, but they really don't need it.
People were buying, and that precision and craftsmanship kept the company afloat until 2003, when Marathon Boat Group got the rights to that familiar Grumman name back again.
The issue when you start getting places where they're not as common, people didn't know what it was, you know, we had no chance there. Once we got the Grumman name back, you know, that was a big plus for us.
After not making them for almost 2 decades, the company decided to expand its offerings and once again in 2008 start producing pontoon boats.
We thought we should start it back up again, and it's a great product, and it's still growing.
Marathon Boat and its roughly 12.5 employees crank out about 1 or 2 pontoon boats a week, 5 or 6 regular boats a week, and roughly 10 to 15 of the famous Grumman canoes each week, and each one of them getting the familiar leak test before they ever go out the door. And you could say the company survived the same kind of test too.
We look at our business plan, and we look at where the markets are and how our products fit in. You know, we export now all over the world. We just go to Japan recently.
What I've always said is this a great company, or I wouldn't have helped buy it.
And keep it right where it belongs, Morris says, here in Marathon, New York.
And there's remarkable things going on in central New York. We happen to be a part of that.
World renowned and made in central New York. Jeff Kulikowski, News Channel 9.
And here's a fun fact. A Grumman canoe was actually featured in the 1972 thriller Deliverance with Burt Reynolds. Did you know that, Rob?
I always remembered. No, did not know that. That's
No,
an
we
interesting
did.
piece of trivia there,
Yeah.
certainly.